Hi YouTube, it's Kathy and I'm here to start another reading vlog. Today is May 1st and on May 5th a book I'm looking forward to comes out. It is called Network Effect and it's the 5th in the Murderbot Diaries series. So far there are 4 novellas. Those are All Systems Red, Artificial Condition, Rogue Protocol, and Exit Strategy. And then this full-length novel is coming out on the 5th. What I want to do, and I know this might be a little bit ambitious, but we're going to try, is I want to read all of the novellas. I've read the first 2 before, so those will be rereads, and the novel before it comes out on the 5th, which means that I'm going to have to read them all in the 4 days, edit this, upload this for the 5th. That is my plan. Hopefully it will work out, but we'll see because I have plans to do an in-house pub crawl tonight with my roommates. If I drink too much, tomorrow will be a write-off, so we'll find out. If you haven't heard of this series before, it stars Murderbot, which is this AI that has basically hacked their code and is able to do things that they want to do, but the humans around them haven't figured that out yet. So really, they like to just hang out in their pod and watch their illegally downloaded stories and that type of thing, and they've given themselves the moniker Murderbot, which is just wonderful. I absolutely love this character, very relatable character, very snarky character at times, and I'm excited to go back into this world because, as I've said, I've read the first 2 novellas before, really enjoyed them, but then just never got around to 3 and 4, and now the full-length novel is coming out, so I figure I have to catch up so I can read the full-length novel, which I very thankfully got an eARC of from Netgalley not long ago, but that means I need to catch up. Originally I didn't have access to Rogue Protocol and Exit Strategy, but recently Tor did this thing where if you go back for 4 days, you can get each of the novellas for free, and I did that, so I have them all, so it's time to start reading. You might wonder why I didn't just start this project sooner, and that's because I'm this weird purist and I didn't want to read all of this series over 2 different months and have to give 2 different monthly wrap-ups about this, especially because once you get into the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th in a series, there's not much you can say in terms of plot, so being able to wrap them all up at the end of the same month is just going to make my May monthly wrap-up that much easier. That being said, I'm going to have to wrap it up over 2 different weekly wrap-ups, but that's perfectly fine. So I'm gonna go get comfy and start reading in just a moment, but I just want to let you know that unlike my Spectacular Standalones vlogs where I stop after every chapter and talk about what's going on, this is going to be much more informal. I'm not going to stop after every chapter. I'm not going to give spoilers in this. I'm just going to stop every once in a while to let you know my progress and some non-spoilery thoughts because obviously I don't want to ruin a book that hasn't even come out yet at this point. Hopefully this will go up on the day that it does come out. So right from the get-go, we know that this protagonist has hacked their system so that they could be murdering all humans, as many sci-fis have told us before, but really they don't do that, they just do their job. But they're also really smart in always acting as though they still have all their systems in place, such as Murderbot's not supposed to go in this certain part of the helicopter, but they are trying to get out of there as quickly as possible. And they're holding on to somebody who's wounded, and they stop to go, I have to be holding on to this wound, and they have to go, yes, you can come in this certain part of the helicopter. So they're very smart because they know that if somebody realizes what they've done, then they're going to have their brain put back in the way that it was in before, and they don't want that. That doesn't sound like a good time. So Murderbot is a sec unit, so a security unit, and apparently they have organic parts which are all made from cloned parts of people, which basically means that they are a subclass of people that is basically slavery, which is disgusting because you have humans, you have augmented humans, so humans that have some implants or whatever, and then you have sec units which are inorganic and organic, and yeah, with the modular in place, they have to do whatever they're told to do, so it's just some interesting background on how they work. Had to bring my partner to do his taxes, so I might as well do an update while I'm in the car reading anyway. The only thing that I have a problem with so far in the series is there are a lot of characters in this unit, but I don't necessarily remember which character is which outside of like, this is the one that's the leader, and then these other ones are doctors, but I don't have a sense of all of their personalities. I have a sense of a couple of their personalities, but I don't have really a big sense of all of them, and that's fine because this is a novella. Like, it's really hard to tell you about 7 different people and put the plot into a novella that's only 150 pages or however long this is. So that's my one little thing, but it's really not a big complaint. I just figured I would point it out. Ooh, also, coping mechanisms. Murderbot has a lot of them. Like, direct eye contact is not a thing that they like to have with people, so they'll use the outside security cameras to kind of engage with people. And then if they are being overstimulated by too many people looking at them, they'll go and stand in a corner. And I just love seeing this depiction of coping mechanisms. It's really neat. I'm so grateful there's a back patio so that I can read books outside. This chair is also awesome. Turns out Martha Wells has written a lot more than I knew about. Alright, first novella down. I think I sort of remembered how that one ended. Now I'm like, yes, okay, yes, that's exactly how it went. And I'm excited to get into Artificial Condition because I remember it being a very different tone and fewer characters. This is the dress I wore the last time we had a fancy Friday, and it fits just fine. I asked my roommate to pack me something else from my closet to see if I could just wear something else the next time we did this, and he packed this beautiful dress. This is the back of it. And yeah, it's from my sister's wedding when I was 17, so it definitely doesn't fit, so I'm wearing this one again. You look comfy and classy as fuck. Saturday morning. Last night was Fancy Friday, which means we got dressed up, we had some drinks, and today I let myself do something I haven't let myself do all quarantine, which was sleep in. And I needed it because otherwise I would be very hungover right now, but I'm not, and it's great. We are on to the second novella, Artificial Condition, and I'm about to start chapter 3. Okay, I've just finished artificial... I just want to go to sleep. Okay, I've just finished Artificial Condition, and I like that there was a point in it that explained why the book was called Artificial Condition, just a little snippet. I liked that. So I've now finished the 2 books that I'd actually read before. Tomorrow I will start on the 3rd book. That one is Rogue Protocol. I was hoping to get a little bit more read today, but we also just had a massive movie day and watched like 4 movies, plus I slept in, so who knows. I'll try to do a bunch of reading while I'm exporting my video for tomorrow and that type of thing, and I'm hoping to read preferably 1.5, if not 2 novellas tomorrow, but who knows. It's the 3rd and I feel very behind on this project. I started reading Rogue Protocol. I've got 1 chapter in. This morning I had to do my weekly video as well as some other video projects for other things, so I've got all that done now. Finally I can just sit down and just read for the rest of the day, hopefully, although I should probably eat at some point. Firstly, look how ballin' this library is, because I am loving hanging out here. Secondly, I'm finally on to chapter 3. I am really enjoying the different adventures and kind of the whole through line of this series so far, and enjoying that Murderbot keeps running into different entities and seeing how they function towards or with humans. It's interesting. I really enjoy it. Did it. I finished Rogue Protocol, so I just need to do exit strategy before I can move on to the novel. I'm going to read some of it tonight. I don't think I'm going to be able to finish it. My plan was to have them all finished before Monday, and because of movie night and all the shenanigans we had on Friday night, that's just not how it happened. I'm also finding it really difficult to focus on reading. I'm having a lot of brain fog, and I think that has to do with being cooped up all the time and not getting much physical activity at all besides my daily yoga, which honestly is not a lot. I find myself cutting out of it early because I'm bored. So I'm gonna go bother the other humans that are around here for a little while, and then I will start the 4th novella. Not to mention I should probably charge my phone. Without a bathroom update. I've done the first 2 chapters of the 4th novella. It's almost midnight. I'm going to bed. Early in the morning, rising to the street. I don't know why that's stuck in my head. It's probably because I'm like, oh, it's first thing in the morning, I need to vlog. So it is Monday morning. I really wanted to just wake up and start reading, but I made this deal with myself where every morning the first thing I do when I get up is do some yoga to manage the chronic pain in my left side, so I'm doing that. And then I get to read. I'm definitely going to finish the 4th novella today, and I'm definitely going to start the novel today, and that's really exciting. take a small break and then start Network Effect. I also have a live stream that I'm watching today, so that's gonna take up about an hour, but that's fine. I'm gonna start the 5th book today, and I'm very excited. I guess the one thing I should say about the end of this novella is it does feel very much like it's wrapped up with just a small amount of open-endedness for more adventures, and that's exactly what you want at this point, because it could just be the end, but it's definitely not. Update, the live stream's not until tomorrow, so I guess I'm just gonna go right into reading Network Effect. Oh no. So since I already had my computer open, I decided to just upload all of the footage that I've taken so far for this vlog, and I just watched my intro and realized that apparently I'm supposed to finish Network Effect by the end of today, not the end of tomorrow, so I should really get on that. The first chapter, and it's a different type of adventure, and I'm already digging it, and I already love that we're getting some interaction between characters, and Murderbot is letting us know which ones they like and which ones they really don't. I'm 10% in and just about to start chapter 3, and it's amazing how much this already feels more like a novel, and I don't really know how to quantify that at all. It just feels like we're getting to know characters a little bit more than you do in novellas, and especially in the novellas previous to this. Not that I didn't feel like I got enough information to enjoy them, I just feel like I'm getting more, and I love it. I also took a small break to shower and, treat myself, because you gotta do that in the middle of these things. You gotta take care of yourself when you're marathon reading. Due to being big old nerds, because it's May the 4th, we had to watch a Star Wars movie, so I rewatched the 7th episode because I haven't seen it since it first came out. And now I'm gonna do some more reading. It's like 9 o'clock, so I'm not gonna finish the book tonight, but I am going to finish it tomorrow and hopefully put together that vlog before midnight tomorrow. And I'm gonna start one more chapter, but I'm probably not gonna finish it. I'm probably gonna fall asleep. Good morning, it's the 5th, and I had really weird sleep, so I read a little bit in bed before getting up, went back to sleep, got up, finally just did my yoga, and now I'm gonna go on to chapter 10. I'm almost halfway through the novel, so we'll see how fast I can get through it. I took a little reading break to get some breakfast and have some coffee, and while I was doing that, I read an email from my CEO that said that I am officially laid off. So that's a thing. The library had just been paying us through this time, but they won't be anymore, so I'm going to have to do all the scary things like apply for unemployment and all that type of stuff. Yeah, my brain is a little bit preoccupied with that. Yeah, just wanted to give that update because it's just something I needed to say out loud, and I think my partner's asleep, so I didn't want to go bother him with it. If not write out, quote, Murderbot, I'm having some feelings and I don't really like it. So I had a shower, because that makes you feel better. It's weird that I'm going through all these midday showers. Usually I used to be if I didn't shower in the morning, I didn't feel like I needed a shower that day, and now I've gotten to the point where, I need a shower every day because I feel gross every day. So I'm going to continue. I've got about 33% of the book left. Really hoping I can finish it, because that would be a lift to my spirits at this point. So let's go. There's only like 4 hours left in the day, but I did it. So what I really liked about this is we got to see old characters again that I knew and loved. We got to meet new characters. There was a lot of strategy. There was a lot of stuff I can't talk about because it would wreck the novel for you. But overall, I really enjoyed this. I love that we got a longer format for this character because, like I said, probably a few clips towards the beginning of this, my one big thing is that we didn't get to meet enough characters and really get to know them because in a novella you just don't have the time, and with this novel we had the time, and that was great. So I'm very excited that I managed to read it on release day. We'll see if I get this vlog up before midnight. Depends on exporting really. But yeah, I'm very excited that I read this, and if you're a fan of this series, you're going to like this book. What's your favorite thing about the Murderbot Diaries? Let me know about it down in the comments below. On the way down to the comments, if you hit that subscribe button, that would be very nice of you. If you don't feel like leaving a comment but want to make sure I know you were here, just leave me an emoji or a smiley face if you're on your keyboard. You can like and share this as you see fit, and I will see you very soon. Bye!